You know, in business, as they say, in order for you to sell anything, they say that you must have at least three things. One, you must have a compelling product. So kung nagbebenta ka ng kape, dapat yung kape mo ay masarap, mabango, mahalimuyak, hindi mo pa niluluto, mabango na, kaping-kape ka na. Compelling product. But there, you might have a compelling product, but you're selling it in the barrio, far away from the madding crowd, far away from people who have money to spend. So your positioning is out of whack. You may have a compelling product, but your positioning is nowhere near visible. But then there is another trick. You have to have the right pricing. So there is a coffee shop that rhymes with box that you know very well. That is a perfect example of pricing. You raise the price so that people think they are paying a premium for a cup of coffee, even if a cup of coffee costs about 350 pesos, which is half of the minimum wage, more than half. So people think that by going to that box thing, they are social, totial, sabi ng mga millennials, mga bata. Because they're paying a premium for kape na napakapait naman. Lalagyan mo na 1 toneladang asukal at saka creamer para sumarap. So you have product, you have positioning, you have pricing. Unfortunately, James and John, they didn't see the product. The Lord was talking about Him suffering and dying so that they might live. They missed the product. They were too busy positioning. They said, very cheeky pa. Sabi, oy guro, we want you to do whatever we ask of you. How cheeky. How self-centered. We want you to do for us whatever we ask you. And the Lord, humble and a great teacher, said, ano bang napupusuan nila? What do you wish me to do for you? And then they became even cheekier and said, grant that in your glory we may sit, one at your right and one at your left. Positioning. They were jockeying for positions. They wanted to be where the action was, beside the Lord, beside the emperor, kanang kamay, sidekick, administrative assistant, o kahit anong tawagin mo dyan. Ang galing, no? Ang galing nila sa positioning, pero na-miss nila yung sinabi. Take note, the Son of Man will be handed over to the leaders, and He will suffer greatly and will die, and then will rise again on the third day. They missed the product. They were too busy positioning. You know what? Lest you mistake the time zeroing in on James and John, let's look further. According to the report of Mark, when the 10 heard this, they became indignant at James and John. Nagalit yung 10. Bakit sila nagalit? Hindi sila nagalit sapagkat ang lakas ng apog ng dalawa. Hindi yun eh. Nagalit sila kasi naunahan sila sa positioning. Naunahan sila sa pagkamada sa sarili. Naunahan sila, naisahan sila. Ito na yung dalawa, sinigurado na ang kanilang kanang kamay at kaliwang kamay. Paano kami? So nagalit yung 10. They became indignant at James and John. And now this is the bad news for us, so that I can give you the good news. The bad news is that we all are ambitious. No one of us here can claim he was never ambitious at any time in your early life, in your younger life. We all were ambitious. We all wanted a piece of the action. We all wanted a bigger piece of the pie. We all wanted to be there, the limelight. We all wanted to be on stage. We all wanted to be the focus of the camera. And so the 10 of them were angry. Ambition kills, but also envy kills. The Holy Father at one time was talking about coprophilia. I hate to discuss it because it's a bad word in Greek. Coprophilia has to do with loving dirt. You can Google it later because I don't want to say it in church. Coprophilia. Coprophagia is even worse. You can Google it later. He's talking about what the 10 were doing. And this is what people do. Since they are ambitious and envious too, what do? Yung nauna sisiraan nila, ibabagsak. Talangka mentality. And so what does media say? They love to bring out scandals. Bakit kaya pagka-scandal ng mga pare, punong-puno ang traditional media, pero pagka-scandal ng mga labas sa simbahan, tahimik ang mass media. Pagka minumura ang simbahan, lahat covered. Pag gumawa ng mabuting isang obispo, isang kardinal, tahimik. Coprophagia, coprophilia, focusing on the scandals, focusing on dirt. And these are what the 10 were doing. They became indignant at James and John. And if there was Facebook at the time, they would have posted it over and over again. They would have said, ang lakas ng apog ni Santiago at ni Juan, James and John. Ang hinahanap ay position, ang hinahanap ay kaluwalhatian, ang hinahanap ay kapangyarihan. Ano sila? Nainggit, kaya nagalit, at inilabas ang baho ng dalawa. Now, what does it mean for all of us? We have to admit that we are ambitious. Admit it. We have to admit that we are also envious. Bakit? This explains why there are limited edition products. Kaya nung lumabas ang iPhone Gold, that's only 1,000 all over the world or a few thousands. Everybody wanted to have it. Nung naglabas ang China ng golden car, only 500 were able to buy it. And so they came out with only 500 gold-covered cars. So, sino nakabili? Yung mga bilyonaryong in-chief na membro ng Chinese Communist Party. You cannot be a billionaire if you're not a member of the Communist Party. Like Jack Ma disappeared from the scene kasi he talked against the party. Now he's in Hong Kong. Nobody knows what he's doing now. A billionaire, but he said something against the party, and so coprophilia, ilabas ang baho ni Jack Ma. Inggit. Now, kung titingnan natin at tatanggapin natin ang ating ding tendency to be ambitious, then we need to put focus on something else. Not on positioning, but on the product. And the product is this. You know that those who are recognized as rulers over the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones make their authority over them felt. It shall not be so among you. Rather, whoever wishes to be great among you will be your servant. Whoever wishes to be first among you will be the slave of all. This is the path of humility, the path of hiddenness. The beautiful thing is that later on in the Gospel of Mark, we will be told about Bartimaeus. Bartimaeus, the blind man, didn't ask for the product that was what everybody wanted. He didn't say, "Oy, pagalingin mo nga ako." No, he said, "Lord, that I might see." And it means a whole lot of things. That I might see the true path, that I might see the truth, that I might see beyond my selfishness. And then, may karugtong pa yan, that I may follow you in the right way. He didn't ask for the superficial product. He asked for the product par excellence. And the price is this. And this is the final clincher. If you know what is the product, and your positioning is one of hiddenness and humility following the path of the Lord, then focus on the prize. The prize and the reward is out of this world. And that is all we need. It is out of this world because it has to do with eternal life. And that's all we are looking for. Beyond our ambition and greed and envy. At bottom, we are looking for God. Then find Him. Look for Him. Work for Him. And do the right thing.